Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to round number 14, part number 2. Last time out, I did do qualifying. I qualified in P6. Teammate qualified in P12. Not bad qualifying sessions for both of us Williams cars. But yeah, last time I sort of had to end the video because my speaker system went down. It keeps on happening, but I've fixed the issue now. So yeah, hopefully no more issues will occur. But let's get in then to part number 14, season 2, part number 14, for this Italian Grand Prix. And we're only going to do the Italian Grand Prix tonight. Tomorrow we'll probably be doing another Grand Prix at some point or in the next week or so.
It's been a great
so yeah,
session for you. Are you going to carry that momentum into the race?
I can't really remember qualifying session, but that's the plan, of course. You know,
you
like
scraped
always.
the walls a few times. Were you struggling for grip?
I'll just put that.
Appreciate your time.
Anyway, so yeah, part number 14 or round number 14, season 2, part number 2 of this episode. And yeah, I can't believe we've done already 2 seasons almost, because you know, it was just before Christmas I started this season. It was around, I think, the 19th or the 16th, somewhere around that time I started this season. And we're now already into season 2, heading towards season 3. We should have season 3 started just as we get into February. So that will be really exciting. Can't wait for season 3.
Well done.
And you know myself.
Good qualifying performance.
So yeah, good qualifying for sure. Go check out all my other videos, please do, guys, because you know it means the world. And thank you so far to the 14 subscribers. It's quite fitting today. I got the 14th subscribers on the 14th day of the year. 14 subscribers, absolutely fantastic achievement. Hopefully we'll get more as the year goes on. My aim's for this year to get about to 100 subscribers. That's my aim. I know that sounds low, but actually I think that'd be good growth. Anyway.
Winning margin, for example. Do you remember in 1971?
No, I don't.
Ronnie Peterson to the line by 1/100th of a second. There were 40 overtakes for the lead alone in 1965, and Kimi Raikkonen clocked a record top speed at 230 miles per hour here.
That's fast.
Just over a decade ago. So there's a lot to live up to then for all of our drivers today.
Of course.
With top speeds reaching 215 miles per hour, only a few places can challenge Monza's crown as the fastest circuit in F1. Hard braking zones going into the 3 chicanes make up the majority of the 11 corners on this 3.6-mile circuit. And just in case the slipstream wasn't enough, 2 DRS zones will help encourage some closer action.
Wow.
Joining me for today's race once again is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk briefly about Kimi Raikkonen. They need second or better to ensure they stay in contention for the title. Anything outside of that and their fate is no longer in their hands.
The key now will be to keep in the right mindset. We've seen time and again that things go wrong if you just try and do the minimum. Not necessarily because of the pressure, but because it's different to your usual approach. They'll need to avoid that and stay focused today.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is...
So there we go. So Kimi Raikkonen could be the first faller then today, if that makes sense. So they could be the first driver sort of to be out of contention for the championship. Right now Raikkonen is in 3rd place, so yeah, not bad for Kimi Raikkonen. Obviously got a lot of work to do ahead of himself here then. You know, obviously Vettel, you know, leading the way in terms of a championship. You know, I think Vettel's got it all under control at the moment, the way things are. Even though I said this in Hungary, you know, a few rounds ago. And yeah, what happened there? We can't forget that. A double, almost a no point score for both Ferraris. Which in a way allowed or relieved pressure off Lewis Hamilton in a way. because obviously he could have been out contention for this championship by now, alongside Raikkonen. So, yeah, for me, you know, this championship is certainly, or should be, a lot more in Vettel's control than it is at the moment. So, yeah. Anyway, enough talking about the championship. We are looking pretty damn nice for another good point score here. If we can secure some good points, that will help us out. Obviously, aim's got to get, yeah, the aim's got to get some decent points. We're in 6th, so let's see what we can do. Podium possibility, maybe? Who knows? So we're about to line up on the grid for round number 14. Vettel leading the championship. Raikkonen needs 2nd, as we heard there, to stay in, or to keep the championship in his, or not, maybe not in his control, but to keep it realistically in his grasp, so he could win without any luck, if that makes sense. So yeah, for Raikkonen, this could be his last hurrah in the championship today. So will he become today's wingman in a way for Vettel? Anyway, 5 red lights are on, and it's lights out and away we go then for the Italian Grand Prix. It's been a bad start for us. We've been swamped down all the way into P8. We're now trying to obviously recover a little bit of speed to try and defend off P8. Look at my teammate, having to give him the room. Obviously he's up into P6, no, P7. Is he going to outdrag Ocon off the line? Yes he is, and there we go. I think that's us as a team in our best position yet. As a constructors, we are in our best position. My teammate made an awesome start. We almost collect our teammate, getting a bit of wing damage. That was certainly our fault, but nonetheless we're going to have to continue, otherwise we are going to lose out time. It's only a little bit of wing damage at the moment, so it shouldn't affect us too badly, I wouldn't have thought, especially around a circuit like this. But yeah, P8 and P7 for us two Williams cars. Charles Leclerc up my rear. Charles Leclerc could be having an attempted move on the outside. Charles Leclerc gonna be hang out to dry there, and certainly not gonna get around me there. But yeah, anyway, we're up or down into P8, should I say. Our teammates up into P7 after the opening lap, so bit of a chaotic opening first lap. Little bit of wing damage for us as well, not adding well, adding a bit of difficulties to this race as well, so that's not that great for us anyway. But anyway, we'll continue on with this race. Charles Leclerc sending it down the inside. Charles Leclerc also getting a bit of contact from us. God knows what happens there. But yeah, anyway, we'll still maintain P8 for now. It looks like our teammates got the upper hand in this first opening few laps at the moment, as we set a purple first sector. Little bit of an issue going on up here. Looks like a bit of a traffic jam. I wonder if any of the cars in front also has maybe wing damage or any issues. Of course, that won't help them in terms of their race. But yeah, for the first time, my teammates out racing me actually in this career mode. Must be like the first time since what, Australia or Bahrain in season 1. So yeah, you know, nice surprise actually. Anyway, Charles Leclerc pushing me wide, and we did not touch him. Want to make that clear. There was no contact there. A little bit of contact in the Ascari part, but no contact that actually made him go that wide. He went that wide for no, God knows whatever reason. Anyway, so we've got to try and find our bearings in this race a little bit. So much going on at the start here of this Italian Grand Prix. Obviously, we're not too far away from our first pit stop. So yeah, still looking good. Still claw some decent points out of this race. Obviously, we might change front wing, might not. Should we box for softs or no? Keep current strategy. What's going on? Find it.
Got that confirmed.
Is speaker? Yeah, speaker's working. Can't hear me then, you can't, unfortunately. Oh well, on to lap 3, and we're sort of gaining a little bit of time in the S's. And we're certainly gaining a lot of time in the S's and so anyway, got a little bit of now a gap formings. And mayhem in the Ascari chicane. Obviously can't overtake, and safety car has been deployed. So we are going to box this lap now. So let's have a look what happened there, because I'm so confused. That could have easily also been the end of our race. So we've got a slow Valtteri Bottas by the looks of it. But what actually happened? Who got caught out? Oh, the Ferrari of Raikkonen. And surely that's Raikkonen now of the championship. Now, did Ocon make a legal overtake there? I know when I certainly came, all of these were obstructing, but was there yellow flags on his wheel? Let's have a look. No, he never made any illegal overtakes. Just having a look. When we got to the scene, there was a yellow flag, as you'll see, probably. Well, it's saying green flag on my thingy, but there's the yellow flag, so it was mayhem there. It was saying yellow flag on the actual thing. So right, what do we do? Do we box and change front wing? Or do we not? I think we box if other people box. If they don't box... Ah, balls. Right. That's ballsed up my strategy a little bit, in some sense. Because I don't want to double stack. And now we're... Why did this game have to be invented? Why?
Okay, copy that. We're coming up to the safety car now.
Come on, safety car. Fucking drive!
Safety car.
Drive, safety car. Drive like a madman. Yeah, come on. Hurry up, go! Come on, safety car needs to speed up here. I don't know what I'm doing now. Championship standing.
Will be 7th in the championship.
So 7th in the championship. Right now, Vettel leads the way. So right, we're gonna save fuel here, obviously. We are... I now wish they never brought the safety car out, because we are FUCKED. Right, what I may do, because we won't incur a penalty, will we? Or will we? I'm trying to think, if we overtake the safety car before we get to the pits, will we incur a penalty? How long do you have?
Give that position back. We are under safety car conditions and cannot overtake. Return the position.
Come on. Right. I'm coming in. Box this lap.
There's static over the radio. Say again.
Our balls and our sped in the pit lane. I'm gonna use a flashback because we're gonna probably come out in P. Actually, I'm gonna use flashback from here so we can swap our wings. Ain't it? You know what I mean? Might as well, because we're gonna come out last. Right, I'm gonna now go. So we're gonna come out last. Now. Anyway, so we're gonna swap our wings, and this is gonna be a recovery race. We've been really hampered by this safety car, believe it or not. Now we can race on pit exit, but it ain't gonna make much of a difference, in all honesty. So yeah, I don't think it will anyway. Like,
Pit strategy complete. See these tires through to the end now.
even if we never had the, you know, best we would have came out in is what? Now I want to have a look where my teammate is and all of them. My teammate even in the top 10. You're having a... Oh, that's annoying. Both of us two Williams were inside the top 10. And now look at where we are. Thank you, Bottas. Thank you, Raikkonen. Honestly, what dickheads. And Bottas has barely lost out because of that. Honestly. Like... Bottas... Hamilton gets a stop-go! Penalty for Hamilton! What the effing bleep? Honestly. Excuse me, but honestly, this is a piss take of a race. Oh. At least we've got a fast car. But the thing is, Charles Leclerc's gonna make some mayhem. Like, he's in second, Charles. What? It's a mayhem race, this is. Like, Raikkonen's championship is now done and dusted, you could say. And Hamilton right now is done and dusted as well. But...
Safety car in this
yeah.
lap. Safety car
Right,
in this
gonna
lap.
go standards.
Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature.
Make
and
sure.
Remember, there is no overtaking until the first safety car line. Stay in position.
Don't
until
worry,
the green
tyres are up
flags.
to temps, I think. Just about. Anyway. We've got to do some overtaking now, boys. And it's not going to be easy. We do have some slow cars in front of us. For sure. But... it's certainly going to take time. At the back of a grid here. We've only got, what? 7 or 8 laps to do some mayhem overtaking?
Okay, clear.
Good. Okay, okay, restart. Reasonable, I presume. Anyway, let's get on with the job then in hand. Let's get a point or two. Come on, Sainz, leave the space. So Sainz not leaving space there. Good man. You're kind. So we've got to overtake. I'm just trying to work out how many cars we have to overtake per lap to get top 10. If we can overtake 3 cars a lap, we could get top 10. Come on, Hartley, out of the fucking... This ain't been a brilliant overtaking job yet. Our tyres feel like there's no energy in them. And I'm right. They're blooming cold. That front right is so cold at the moment. Having to sort of corner cut there, a little bit of a cheat. Right, I'm going to use flashback. Like races sort of got on a bit tips up right now, and it ain't our fault. There's nothing I could do. Yeah, you could say you could have prevented the damage at the start. Yeah, for sure. Maybe I could have also maybe also tried and got a better stop, but that was unlucky, I think, more than anything. Anyway, that's 2 cars down. Gotta get a lot more now. Right, Van Dorn's next. So Verstappen and my teammate going wheel to wheel. Bit like first lap, that is. Going from so far back. Come on, mate. Hopefully got no damage. No, none. Just about. Oh, this is great racing between Van Dorn and myself. Alright, no DRS on this occasion, but none needed. up into 17th. Now we're starting our balls. Sort of having to put pressure on myself, if that makes sense. That's the reason why we're making a few uncharacteristic mistakes. Oh, for fuck's sake. Like, because obviously, I know the car doesn't deserve to be this low. And I know that we need to push every single lap. We need to make up, like what, 3 or 2 places at least a lap. And it's so difficult right now, considering how far down we are. Alright. That's fast, this last sector. Gonna... Oh, that was a lovely overtake, that was. So yeah, that's certainly getting back in it. And as I say, we got to make good progress. And that's what we're doing right now. Sort of having to utilise every limit of this car. And these tyres, every bit of grip. See, this is where mistakes happen, because obviously I'm right on the edge right now of my driving, pushing everything that this car's got, just getting on the power, trying to be early on that power so we have the best straight line speed around here. Trying to get the car into the corner, trying to use the path of least resistance. Trying to also maximize the track limits to best effect. Trying to, you know, just find them little details. Hopefully that will give me top 10. And that is not how we do that, boys and girls. Oh. See, I was trying to dive bomb my teammate. That's a bit better. Ah, for bleep's sake. But as I said, I'm right on the edge, but at the same time, like, I'm overdriving the car, if that makes sense. And I don't like overdriving, personally, myself, because that's where mistakes happen. Like, when you're overdriving, you're not driving the car properly. You're trying to be too aggressive, and it makes the car obviously horrible. Alright, lots of traffic, so gonna try and pick them off one by one. Sorry about the noises I'm making, honestly. It's just frustrating because if it wasn't for that safety car, there we go. Right, we're up into P11. There we go. Right, Kimi Raikkonen's next. If it wasn't for the safety car, we would have been in a nice position. We would have been, what, P4 or P5 maybe? But that safety car wrecked it all. It's damaged our race. Look how far Vettel's now in this race. Vettel's, you know, somehow that far. Anyway, let's try and have the last few laps. Let's try and make them as clean as possible, as good as possible, and as successful as possible. So let's try and make it. So, oh dear, Magnussen took me out there. Okay, we went for the dive bomb. Right, let's try again. Let's have a clean race as possible till the end now. And Magnussen, please don't take me out. I think we were perfectly entitled to be alongside Magnussen. We had about, what, a third of a car long through? Magnussen, what are you doing? Anyway, what are these guys doing? Quite crazy, this race. Oh my days! Talk about crazy. What happened there? So, right, I know Magnussen closed the door on me like a stupid nutter. It's like I sort of went into him. That's Magnussen gone flying. Oh. Well, I helped my teammate out, anyway, to gain a place. He deserved it, my teammate, anyway. Ricardo having a shocker. Gasly was thinking of sending it there, but I decided not to. So we're in P8 somehow again. Ricardo looking slow as a daisy flower. Gasly now is next. Look at Perez, who's following closely, sort of having to use a bit more road.
There's 4 laps remaining.
Right. Come on, car, come on. This is going to be... So ultimately getting one there, but more importantly, we're right on the back of Daniel Ricciardo. Going to have to go around the outside, a little bit of contact on the grass.
Gap to car in front is 2.3 seconds.
Vettel made it look better in 2011. And we've then been it.
What happened? Let me know you're okay.
Yeah, Vettel made it look way better in 2011. Even though we didn't make it look too bad. I guess it looked like a carbon copy. And then we binned it on the exit. Right, next up's Hamilton. I'll be surprised if we can get Hamilton. I committed to that corner, trust me boys, because I saw, you know, someone in the corner on my right. Right, we're in P6. Sergei Sorokin, my teammate who qualified 12th, started so brilliantly in this race, is now in, well, out of the race, technically. He's our only DNF of the day so far. Right, come on. We're catching 100%. So look at them two Mercedes battling one another. Well, guess what, boys? I want to join the party if possible. Them two Mercedes are right side by side.
Yellow flag.
And there's a yellow flag. It's my teammate. Right. Come on. Two side by side. Bit wide. Gonna have to slide the car. Slide in the rear. Bottas getting a bit feisty. Hitting my rear right tyre.
Final lap of the race.
Alright. I'm going right. Gonna have the outside line. Bottas gonna have the inside line. Oh dear, I've lost the car. I'm not going to use... We cocked that one up. We cocked that one up massively. But they're still battling. So it's not over until it's over.
There's only one lap of fuel remaining.
And we're still able to get something more out of this Grand Prix. This is just a banging Grand Prix. Fuel lights on. And we're back into P4.
We're not going to be able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap
Oh, we're
off the
fine.
target. Drop down to mixed 2
We are good. And we come home in P4. Yes. Get in there.
Really well done.
Get
That was a
in there.
fantastic drive.
That was absolutely astonishing. That safety car messed us up. That safety car really did mess us up.
Fantastic performance from Ferrari.
But somehow we got back into P4.
So, Ant, how exactly did they set themselves apart from
Thank
the
you for
pack?
coming in,
Well, they played the safety car to
E-Time,
absolute perfection. There's so many
Broad,
factors to worry about once
Broadrick.
the race is neutralised.
Thank you. I'm doing fine. Thank you.
Do you have the space behind you? How much fuel can you save?
It's always great to have you here.
Correctly, you'll have a good chance, and that's exactly what happened today.
So yeah,
And now it's time
that
to wind
safety
down
car
and
did us
celebrate
over, but
after
we
that
got back into
fantastic Grand
P4.
Prix.
That was
Here they come,
absolutely
your top three
fantastic.
out onto the podium.
So top three: Vettel, Ocon, and Leclerc. Of course, fantastic result for the Scarlet Ferrari. But that is a very, very big result for Vettel because it's sort of a result he should have had in Hungary, but it happened here. Because
And
he's
let's
now
take a look at the
certainly
driver's
going to pull out a
It's a
huge
good
gap
result for Sebastian
over the
Vettel,
rest
who
of the
moves
field.
further ahead at the top of the table. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
So yeah,
Let's give it to Sergio Perez.
so
That was a
fastest lap,
commanding performance today.
we
Very
did a
impressive indeed.
1:24.
And now let's take a
Faster
look
than
at the
Bottas by
constructors' standings.
1 second.
Ferrari
Faster than
extend their lead at the
Perez.
top of the championship. Another team that will be satisfied
Where's
with this
Hamilton?
Grand Prix is Sauber, whose good results moves them further up the championship.
Hamilton's
After all
finished
this drama,
14th.
You'd be mad not to join us for the
Whoa,
next race. We
that's
hope
a
to see
big
you
hit.
then. Take care.
Raikkonen finishes 9th. Pretty messed up, insane race. That is. Bit more normal down the back, but still a bit messed up. Thank you. Very much appreciated your comment, you know. Hope you're doing well as well. Right, anyway, let's have a look at constructors first. So Ferrari still leading the way, 33 points over Mercedes, 54 points over Red Bull. Obviously, long way back to Force India. Sauber in 5th. 6th is us. We're only 1 point behind Force Sauber now. I was about to say Force India, but we're only 1 point behind Sauber. Ain't bad actually. 10 points. All between the gap between us, Renault, and Sauber is 10 points, respectively. McLaren in 8th. Haas is in 9th. So yeah, that's not bad. Vettel now 30 points clear at the top of the championship. Ricciardo sat in a nice pretty 3rd. I am from the UK, London. Hamilton in 5th, but 75 points is the gap now to Hamilton, 72 points. This is now, I think, has certainly become a three-horse race between Ricciardo, Bottas and Vettel. I think it's more really two-horse, or one-horse realistically, but anything can still happen. Still a very, very long way to go. 7 rounds. Singapore, Russia, quite a lot of tracks coming up that suit Mercedes. Some that suit Ferrari, certainly, I would say. But yeah, Hamilton and Raikkonen are certainly going to have to now pull up or start cracking out some good ideas. And let's have a look at that start, because that start was mayhem. Honestly, want to have a look at that. My teammate, keep an eye on 1 Williams. So this is us to the left, starting in P6. There's my teammate there. In the middle of the track, and he just comes storming down my inside. What a getaway from him. Insane getaway. It was mad. Then we plough straight into the back of my teammate. There's our little bit of carbon fibre. We didn't use any flashback there. Yeah. At this point, we were sort of compromised. So yeah, not bad. Oh, South Africa. My driving instructor's from South Africa. Because I'm learning to drive at the moment. My actual real car. He's quite cool, you know. Nice guy. I like South Africa. Never been there, but I like the people. From South Africa, they seem quite cool, they seem relaxed, you know, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it's nice, you know. This is the thing about social media, it's lovely how we can connect from people all around the world virtually within no time at all, if you know what I mean. Like people in South Africa can watch stuff from the UK, or been broadcast now from the UK. It's insane. But yeah, this was where we were getting pressurised quite a bit from Leclerc and I think it was Ricciardo or Verstappen, one of the two. But yeah, let's get a bit forward to where all the drama then started, shall we? So it was here with Bottas. All race long, that Mercedes of Bottas, as you can see, he's been wheel to wheel with every driver on the grid, causing mayhem. Yeah, no politics, you know. I presume, you know, in majority of countries is a bit mayhem nowadays. Because here in the UK we've got, you know, Brexit. Personally, I think it's a shambles, you know. You know, I don't mind Brexit, like, personally. We voted to leave, you know, the EU, so we should crack on with it, but, you know, I never knew that happened there. Between Bottas and Raikkonen. And this is where things were about to get mayhem. For everyone, and as you can see, Vettel's just clearing off into the distance. Good for Vettel, of course. So what happened actually here? I didn't quite see it. So Bottas was alongside Raikkonen. Here we go. Here's the incident, and Bottas locks up that front right, left tyre, ploughs into the side. Then look at Ocon. Obviously, this brought out a safety car. We were behind our teammate, as you can see, but we have a little bit of front wing damage. Now, I could have decided to race with it, but when I found out this, the plan was, if they were going in the pits, obviously we're not going to double stack. That would be stupid. You know, so I decided to stay, you know, like how we were. Basically, as you can see, all they go into the pits. We have to now sort of put down the hammer a little bit to catch the safety car. So that's what I decided to do. And of course, So yeah, not bad. That wasn't. Then after that, basically we get caught out loads of times. And yeah, you'll see in a minute where the safety car. So I'll speed this up because I don't really mind safety car, as you can see. Sort of trying to prompt the safety car to go faster, but obviously you can't realistically. But it was so slow. Knowing that everyone behind me was obviously going so much quicker, and you just see all that big queue of cars, and I think you can all start to imagine right now what's gonna happen or where we're gonna resume. Fair enough. And may I ask, what is your home or your native language in South Africa? Because obviously in England it's English, you know. I know in some parts of Africa, I'm not sure which parts, they speak French. I do know that, but just wondering what's your native language, if you know what I mean, or your home language. So yeah, come out of the pits then, and you'll soon see where we came, or where we are. So basically, that's where we are. Dead last. Pretty poor. Safety cars coming in the lap anyway, that we came out of pits anyway. Right, fair enough. Personally never heard of the language, Afrikaans, but yeah, you know, I never even know, like, see, I've always thought, African mainly spoke other languages, if that makes sense, like Spanish, Mexican, English, and French. I thought they were the main language of Africa, but yeah, it's always interesting to find out. Really cool, obviously, to know, because obviously, yeah, it's culture, ain't it? And yeah, I like culture. You know, it's really good, healthy. Like, I think people who want to, what you call it, try to create a anti-immigrant policies are pretty stupid, racist. People like Donald Trump I don't like, you know. I think he's a nutter, and that's a nice way of putting it. Like, yeah, I just don't like with any of his policies. Like, I understand his point, like, yeah, immigrants should come into the country legally, should come in the correct manner. But at the same time, like, you've also got to make sure that these people are coming in, because right, other countries, like, not being rude or anything, but some parts of Africa don't have, what you call it, the same infrastructure as the UK. Like, for instance, I'm not sure, like, I've heard Cape Town's okay, but some parts of Africa, like Liberia, you know, just some parts of, you know, Africa, you know, is, what you called it, 11 official languages. Wow. That's insane. That is insane, like, you know. Considering in the UK, like, right, in England, okay, we do have, like, other languages that people do speak, but, or that we get taught in school, but we don't have many other languages. Like, the main languages that we get taught in school are French and Spanish. But we don't really what you call it, properly learn them as such. It's more lazy French, if that makes sense, that we learn here in the UK, and lazy Spanish. Like, we don't learn much, or they don't teach us much. But, you know, I guess that's life, ain't it, in general. But yeah, at this point in race, we're, as you can see, at the back of the grid. So yeah, this was, I think, my favourite overtake. Oh no, it wasn't my favourite overtake, that we made. But yeah, there was one overtake where we made a sick overtake. Yeah, that's a fair point. No, thank you for that, you know, info. I will do. I'll have a look into it, that documentary. You know, I don't mind documentaries. Over here in the UK, like, I watch mainly David Attenborough's documentaries. I find them quite fun to watch, you know. But yeah, you know, documentaries are pretty cool. No, I will have a look into that. Thank you for that. I know Africa's a very, very big country, in general. It's the biggest continent in the world, I'm pretty sure. You know, as well. So thank you for that, you know, documentary. I will watch that. But yeah, who was that? Oh yeah, this was where we pushed, accidentally, Magnussen off to the side. I was coming over here to take the normal racing line, and he was just, alongside me, a bit like an idiot, really. And yeah, basically got caught out, by that. Could have easily ended our race there. Anyway. Then there was one overtake where I really, really enjoyed. No, for sure. Thanks. It's always good to know. I will go check out, and thank you. Like, you know. May I ask, what part of South Africa are you from? If that's okay, like, because I know, obviously, I'm from London, if you know what I mean. So that's like, you know, I'm just wondering if you're from Cape Town or any other part of South Africa. This was the overtake I really enjoyed because, okay, right, literally came from quite a far way back, you know, but obviously two cars, me and Pierre. Ooh, wow. And then obviously on the exit, side by side with, I think, Ricardo or Verstappen, one of the two, and it was amazing. Anyway, that'll be enough of race highlights. Let's, you know, get into the paddock, see if we've got any questions from the media, and if not, then we'll see how many R&D resource points we've got.
Fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. We all underestimated you, didn't we?
It was a bit mayhem. I'm gonna say you underestimated the team more than anything.
That was a close
Get
finish.
some reputation
How are
up.
things between the two of you?
Heated. Yeah.
Would you say things between you and your rival got a bit heated today?
Sergei Sorokin, is he my rival?
Do you think you were lucky not to end your race with that crash?
Which one? There were so many in that race, from everyone. Anyway.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Alright, fair enough. That's fair. That's nice. No. Have you ever? May I ask? Have you ever been to the UK? Or any parts of the UK that you know? Alright, so reputation, not bad. Pretty
Great
damn
work.
decent.
That's exactly the kind of result I'm looking
Alright.
for. Keep it up. You have
Again,
to do a better
lots
job
of
completing the goals the team
what
set
you
out
called
for
it?
you.
What
Their
goals?
ability to develop will suffer if you miss them, and it'll count against you at the
Ah,
contract reviews.
goals. So we failed our team goal. That's not good. So yeah. So far in this game, we've driven apparently 2,532 miles. That's a lot of miles, actually. Clocking up the miles, certainly. Total championship points, 79. Laps driven, 666. Average grid position, 12th. 14th average finish position, 12th. So yeah. Right, so next few races, we've got Singapore. Let's have a look. So we've got Singapore, that's going to be difficult. Russia, Japan, USA, Mexico, Brazil, and Abu Dhabi. I'm going to probably do a two-parter video. So I'm probably going to converge two races into one now. For the next race. Singapore, because that would make a lot more sense, if you understand what I mean. Fair enough. Law student. That's very, very intelligent, I must say. I did watch a documentary. I don't know whether you've ever heard of it. It's called World's Strictest Parents. It was back in the day, and you know, basically, it was a BBC Three channel. Because here we have something called the BBBC, just in case you've never heard of it. But yeah, basically, it was a BBC Three program, and basically, it was basically about not children, it was about youths or people aged like 15 to 21 from different parts of the globe, mainly America and the UK, but mainly the UK in general. But yeah, it was regarding basically disobedient youths, if that makes sense, that did drugs, alcohol, and all stuff like that. And basically, they would, their parents and the youths would sign up to a program to take part in, and it would be for only a week. But basically, in one of the episodes, it featured the African. Oh, I never knew you had BBC. But yeah, basically featured. I don't know whether you've seen the episode in general, but it featured Africa. Don't know, I can't remember what part of Africa, but I remember the parents saying in Africa, if you do not have a good education, you'll basically not be able to live in Africa, basically, because you obviously need to finance for your family. But the thing is, okay, like, it is very, very true. But the thing is, when you consider that to the UK lifestyle, or to maybe other parts of the globe, like USA, obviously, I don't know whether you've heard of anything called benefits. We usually refer to it, some people refer to it as the dole, some refer to it as benefit street. But basically here in the UK we have benefits. Now some people claim benefits rightly, but others obviously claim it illegally, of course, you know. But yeah, you know, like, obviously it just shows how contradicting lifestyles are, you know, between here and another part of the globe. Like, in my opinion, you know, I don't disagree with our system, because, you know, I think it is right, you know, disability people do deserve, like, disability income. you know, especially severely impaired people. But I think, you know, it is also important to make sure that the books are just right, you know, like, and people do work if they can work. You know, like, yeah, I think, you know, that's my opinion on it. Like, it was a good episode at the time, like, really, really good. Anyway, so showing you the standing, showing you next race. So yeah, next race, most probably be doing a double episode. So basically, I'll be converting or converging the Russian and Singapore Grand Prix all into one. Yeah, most likely Durban. Fair enough.
All right, listen
Yeah,
up,
that's
everyone.
fair enough.
They've announced that the
You
technical
know, I
regulations
understand
are
that
changing for next
perfectly.
season.
Right.
Now, there's a
Oh,
risk that a
technical
lot of our
regulation
hard work
change.
could be undone if we're not careful. So let's figure out how to mitigate this. Drivers, take a look at the developments we have and let us know what you want to invest in protecting. All right, everyone, let's get on top of this.
Well, that's a stroke of
We
luck.
had a major issue on the production line
In
earlier
some
this
sense,
week,
because
so the entire
I was
development
actually
package for this weekend has failed.
waiting for
Check
this,
your workstation for the details.
if you know what I mean. So let's
I've
see
been in touch
what's
with some
getting
contacts at Toro
changed.
Rosso, and they
Alright,
think
there
your
we go.
attitude and
So
results might be a good
the
fit
thing
for their
that's
team.
getting affected
We can
will
talk to them at
be
our next contract
this
review if you're
part.
interested. Let's see what kind of offer we can put on the table.
Basically, this will be the parts that are getting affected. So basically, what we're going to do, we're going to go on a bit of a spending campaign now. Spend some of our money. Make sure we get some, well, keep most of our upgrades. So, yeah, that's good. So when they turn green, basically what that means, just in case you don't know, it just means that they are available for the next year. So there we go. So we've practically secured that, if you know what I mean. So that's practically done, and we don't have to worry about that. So yeah, other teams may obviously be in a lot worse scenario, because obviously they're also deep. Do you have a PUBG mobile? What's mouse? What is a PUBG mobile? I have an iPhone, iPhone X. You know, I've never heard. Or do you play PUBG mobile? Oh, is it a game? PUBG mobile. I'm gonna have a look for it up quickly. PUBG mobile. Oh, no. No, I don't play this game. Never done in my life. I tried to download it at one point, but it just wouldn't download onto my phone. For whatever reason, it took so long. It's Battleground. No, I don't, you know, play that game. If you're interested, by the way, tomorrow, at some point, I'll be most likely, or some point in the next few days, I'll be bringing out a video regarding Train Simulator. So if you're into Train Simulator, please come and watch. It's where I drive trains. That's a hint of what the game is. Basically, there's a new route coming out. Pretty cool. Actually, I think a lot of people would think it's boring. Okay, I will tell you this now, but it's a lot more fun than what meets the eye, especially as a player, because you know there's a lot to do. Like you gotta open the doors. You gotta drive at sensible speeds. It's sort of like the opposite to F1 2018. F1 2018, you know, Fair enough. No, that's fair. Yeah, no. Here in the UK, everyone I know that has a console. But yeah, I guess lifestyle's different, you know. Again. So what do you, may I ask? Obviously, you're going into law. What do you want to be exactly? A lawyer, judge, barrister? Because obviously, I'm just working like in the pub, like, you know, it's good money, you know, here in the UK. It serves well, decent hours, sociable hours. But yeah, you know, just wondering, like, because obviously law's like, what you call it, it's a career, ain't it? You know what I mean? I'm not saying a pub ain't a career, but obviously a pub's more of a job rather than a career choice. Like, I am looking into going into politics myself. You know, like, because I wouldn't mind being an MP myself here in the UK. But yeah, just wondering what you're interested in the actual law sector, because obviously law's quite a big topic, ain't it? You know what I mean? There's loads of law. I know a little bit about law myself. In general, mainly UK law, like, so yeah, if you've got any questions about the law over here in the UK, feel free to ask, but yeah, you know, obviously, I don't really know much in general, so yeah, so, is that the only regulation change? It is, so 7 weeks, so good I saved up all that money, because now we've only got to basically purchase one part, which costs 306 or something like that, and then we can start upgrading or focusing on end of season upgrades for season 3. And season 3 will most likely be starting at the end of January. Fair enough, that's fair point. Fair enough, no. Yeah, no, that's fair. You know, like, yeah. Like, personally, I've never ever wanted to be a judge myself. Like, yeah. Still, anyway, thank you for watching, everyone. Have a good evening, have a good night, or good day from wherever you're in the world you may be watching. And see you all next time for round 14 and for round 15, the Singapore and Russian Grand Prix, because I will be doing most likely a 2-part video, because obviously circuits like Azerbaijan and Monaco tend to not go well for us at these street circuits. So I'm looking forward to one disappointing race in Singapore, and then maybe a mediocre race in Russia. So yeah, I will be releasing that in due course. I do have a busy schedule obviously this week, so I don't want to give a promise when that will be coming out. But yeah, thank you for watching, have a good night or good day, and see you all next time for round 14 and 15 and for round 16, the Singapore and Russian Grand Prix.